The Principles of Economics by Carl Menger. Chapter 6. Use Value and Exchange Value. Section 2. The relationship between the use value and the exchange value of goods. In an isolated household economy, economic goods either have use value or they have no value at all to the economizing individuals possessing them. But even in a society that has undergone considerable cultural development and in which there is an active commerce, economic goods can frequently be observed that have no exchange value to the economizing individuals possessing them, even though their use to these same persons is beyond all doubt. The crutches of a peculiarly deformed person, notes that can be used only by the writer who made them, family documents, and many similar goods frequently have considerable use value to particular individuals, but these same individuals would, in most cases, attempt in vain to satisfy any of their needs with these goods in an indirect fashion, that is, through exchange. In a developed civilization the opposite relationship occurs much more frequently. The spectacles and optical instruments kept in stock by an optical goods dealer usually have no use value to him, just as surgical instruments have none to the person who produce and market them, and as books in foreign languages that can be understood only by few scholars have none to booksellers. But all these goods, in view of the potential opportunities for exchange, ordinarily have a definite exchange value to these persons. In these and in all other cases where economic goods have either use value or exchange value, but not both to the persons possessing them, the question as to which of the two is determining in the economic activity of the individuals concerned cannot arise. But these cases are only exceptions in the economic life of men. When commerce has developed to any appreciable extent, economizing individuals ordinarily have a choice between employing the economic goods at their command directly or employing them indirectly for the satisfaction of their needs. Economic goods usually have use value, therefore, as well as exchange value to their possessors. Most of the clothes, the pieces of furniture, the jewelry, and the thousands of other goods in our possession undoubtedly have use value to us, but it is just as certain that we can also apply them indirectly for the satisfaction of our needs when commerce has developed, and that they therefore also simultaneously have exchange value to us. It is true, as we have seen, that the importance of goods to us with respect to a direct employment and with respect to an indirect employment for the satisfaction of our needs are only different forms of a single general phenomenon of value. But their importance to us may simultaneously be very different in degree in the two forms. A gold cup will undoubtedly have a high exchange value to a poor man who has won it in a lottery. By means of the cup he will be in a position, in an indirect manner through exchange, to satisfy many needs that would not otherwise be provided for. But the use value of the cup to him will scarcely be worth mentioning at all. A pair of glasses, on the other hand, adjusted exactly to the eyes of the owner, probably has a considerable use value to him, while its exchange value is usually very small. It is certain, then, that numerous cases can be observed in the economic life of men, in which economic goods have use value and exchange value simultaneously to the economizing individuals possessing them, and that the two forms of value are often different magnitudes. The question that arises is which of these two magnitudes is, in any given case, the one that determines the economic calculations and actions of men, or, in other words, which of the two forms of value is the economic form of value in the given instance. The solution to this question arises from reflection upon the nature of human economy and upon the nature of value. The leading idea in all economic activity of men is the fullest possible satisfaction of their needs. If more important satisfactions of an economizing individual are assured by the direct use of a good than by its indirect use, it follows that more important needs of the individual would remain unsatisfied if he were to employ the good in an indirect fashion for the satisfaction of his needs than if he were to employ it directly. There can be no doubt that in this case the use value of the good will be determining the economic calculations and actions of the economizing individual concerned, and that in the reverse case it will be the exchange value. In the first case it is the satisfactions that are assured by a direct employment of the goods that the economizing individual would choose if he had command of it, In the second case, it is the satisfactions that are assured by an indirect employment of the goods that he would choose if he had command of it. Hence in each case it is the satisfactions that would otherwise have taken place that he would be compelled to forego if he did not have command of the good in question. In all cases, therefore, in which a good has both use value and exchange value to its possessor, the economic value is the one that is the greater. But from what was said in Chapter 4, it is evident, in every instance in which the foundations for an economic exchange are present, that it is the exchange value of the good, and when this is not the case that it is the use value, that is the economic value.